Hey, what's up guys? Brownie here coming to you with some more AFKJourney, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the new Paragon system that's going to be coming to the game in the next season, and I'm not happy or excited for it. It's not good. It's not good for the game in my opinion, and while we talk about this, we're going to hop into Relentless Rumble and do some attempts, see if we can't get a better score. We're going to do Brawl 2. And my current record's 61 kills, so it's pretty decent, but I think I can get better if I get the right RNG. But yeah, this is the team I'm using, so if you want to use this team, go ahead and give it a try. Works best for me out of everything else I've tried. But anyway, the new well, let's talk about the Paragon system as it is now. So currently, when you hit Paragon 1, you get stats, you get rivalry stats, and these stats increase each Paragon level, and they increase by the same amount each time, so it's a linear progression. And for example, two of the rivalry stats are energy regen reduction and then also energy on hit. There's more stats, but we'll just talk about those two for now. And at Paragon 1 you get 15 for each one of those, and at Paragon 2 you get 30. So 15 and plus 15, and then at Paragon 3 you get 45, so another 15, and at P4 you get 60, so another 15. So a linear increase. But the way they're going to change this is they're adding two new stats, and we'll talk about those in a minute, but they're also increasing how much you actually gain each time you gain a Paragon level. So at Paragon 1, the energy regen reduction it used to be, well, right now it's 15, but post patch it's going to be 18, and then at Paragon 2 it's going to go up to 36, which is just 18 plus 18. But then at P3 it's going to go to 63, and then at P4 it goes to 90. So P3 and P4 have the biggest increases to the stat, and those are going to be the most important upgrades. P4 being obviously the best and most important, but the change is huge. I mean, that's a lot of stat difference between P4 and P2, or even P4 and P3, to where that it's going to really ruin competition, because currently we can just barely beat teams that out Paragon us. So like if I'm fighting a full P4 team and I have maybe P2 heroes, P1 heroes, I can still get wins against that team if I choose the right heroes to counter the heroes they chose. But with this change coming up, it's not even gonna matter. Like if you're fighting a full P4 team and you have a couple Paragon heroes, maybe you're not going to get anywhere close to beating them. It's going to be really difficult. And then these two new stats, Intimidation and Inspiration, are even crazier. So they're going to make fighting in PvP just way different. Give me one sec here. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My son got into the peanut butter and was just covered in it. But anyway, I think I was talking about the new Intimidation and Inspiration stats, or I was just about to talk about those. So these two stats are going to be introduced to Paragon levels, and I'm pretty sure you get them as soon as you hit Paragon, because from the looks of it, with this Reddit post that I was reading, it shows stats for each Paragon increase. I don't think it's just Paragon 4 heroes get this stat, but we'll have to see how they implement it. But anyway, Intimidation and Inspiration, the way these things work, we'll talk about Inspiration first. So Inspiration is giving an extra 1% per point, extra healing, shields, energy regen, and any other buff effects to all your allies. So it's making all those things more effective by 1% per point that you get. And at P1 you get 7 points, P2 14, P3 25, and P4 you get 36. So it's quite a big increase, and it's going to make these shielding skills, healing skills, all the skills that have buffs and whatnot. It's going to make those things just that much stronger and more effective in fights. And then the intimidation skill is basically inspiration, but the opposite. So it's going to be -1% per point for healing, shields, energy regen, all your buff effects, and this is going to affect all your enemies. So let's say, for example, you have, I don't know, 3 P2 heroes and then 2 P4 heroes, and then you're fighting somebody that has 3 P2 heroes and 2 P4 heroes also. All your intimidation stats and inspiration stats are going to cancel each other out, so you're not going to have to worry about them. But if you're fighting, let's say you have your 3 P2s and your 2 P4s, right? If your opponent has, I don't know, let's say they have 4 P4 heroes and a P2 hero, they're going to have way more intimidation and inspiration because they have 2 more P4 heroes than you do, and you're not going to be able to cancel out all their intimidation and inspiration stats. So you're just going to be at a huge disadvantage, and I don't see the benefit in this. I don't know why the devs would do this, because it's just going to hurt competition, and competition is just so important for games like this, because I mean, that's what drives people to play the game, to learn more about the game, to grind it, and or even invest in it. I mean, you need to have healthy competition. I'm starting to get frustrated as I'm talking about this, because it's just, I don't know, in my opinion, it's a stupid move for them to do this, and I really hope they decide not to and somehow implement something else, because we need the power levels in PvP to be very similar. We don't, at least I personally, I don't want to only win because I have higher Paragon levels. I want to win because I made the right hero choices and I understood the heroes synergizing and all the skills that work well together, or the skills that counter the skills that the enemy's using, and all that kind of stuff. And if we have systems like the one they're about to implement with Paragon, it's just gonna basically, the drive to play is gonna fade, is what I'm worried about. If there's no competition, the drive to play this game is gonna fade. People are gonna quit. I've already had quite a few guildies that quit, and that was before this ever got put out into the community, so they didn't even know this was going to be happening. And these players are strong players that have put a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of resources into the game, and they're just going bye-bye because they're not having fun anymore. It's just, I don't know. And I really hope that we can, as a community, kind of band together and hopefully get the devs to rethink what they're doing, and maybe rethink how PvP is working, because it's not good at the moment. I have no competition in PvP. There's one person that I fight really, and no one. I haven't been attacked by somebody in weeks, I don't think. So yeah, I don't know. My server is also pretty dead. We can check how many people are on the Dream Realm ranking. Let's see, rankings, and we'll just scroll down to the bottom here. So we only have 108 players on the Dream Realm list. So like, my server is drastically small and has no competition in it. It's extremely boring. They need to server merge us, do something to make the competition more, whether that's make arena just the whole game, all servers compete in the same arena. That would be the most awesome thing out that they could do. And then also just, I don't know, maybe make it so Paragon 2 is the max you can go for PvP or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing crap out there. PvP power ranges can't differ a whole lot because it's just going to ruin the competition. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.